Hi, I'm Helen, and I want to tell you how my husband added weed to our meal and how we survived the weed attack. I was afraid something like this might happen, but I never thought it could be this bad. This happened when he was terribly depressed because he was sacked for refusing to accept bribes. God, I still can't believe that this actually happened to us. It all started when he was dismissed from work for refusing to accept bribes in order to falsify figures for a contract that was to be awarded to the company where he worked by a government agency. It turned out that almost everyone except him was in on the loop, including the manager. The management of the company tried to persuade him, but he refused. According to him, accepting such bribes was not only against his personal beliefs and principles, but it could have long-term negative consequences on his career as an accountant. Because he refused to do their bidding, they brought all manner of allegations against him and eventually sacked him. He then became jobless. Though he filed a report to the regional director about his unlawful dismissal from work, they didn't give him any feedback, nor call him back to work. I had been married to my husband for 8 years, and we had 2 kids. I worked as a cleaner in a hospital. My shift usually ended by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. From there, I would go and pick up my kids from school and we would go home together. One afternoon, we came home to discover a jug of steaming hot tea on the dining table. I immediately knew it was prepared by my husband, because since he lost his job, he hardly finished his meals. Rather, he had taken to drinking alcohol as a result of his depression. For this reason, I concluded that he made the tea but could not finish it before leaving home. I wanted to make tea for my kids that afternoon, so rather than waste the one that was prepared by my husband, I decided that we would drink it. I tasted it, and it tasted nice. I only had to add some milk to it for my kids. That was it. It did not take long before we started feeling dizzy. Our eyes turned red. I also started having some mild headaches, and so were my kids. I was confused as to the cause of our current state of health. I managed to take my kids inside the bedroom for them to sleep, while I came back to the sitting room to figure out what to do. It was then that my husband rushed in with a smile on his lips. But when he saw my face, he immediately knew that all was not right. He asked me what the problem was, and I told him. Upon hearing that, he slumped onto a chair. God, you should have never drank the tea. I added something someone gave me to help manage my depression to it. You added what? I screamed and immediately rushed to my kids in the bedroom. Their bodies were hot. A serious fever had taken over them. I tried waking them up, but it was as if they were in a deep sleep. Tears rolled down my eyes. How could you do this to us, Andrew? I asked amid tears. He explained that a friend of his suggested that adding the substance, which I later discovered to be weed, would help him come out of depression, and that he had prepared the tea to drink it, only to be called by the regional director to appear before a panel to answer for his case. So he had to leave immediately. That it didn't occur to him that we would drink it. He pleaded that I should forgive him. He then took us to the hospital where we were treated, and that was how we survived the weed attack. It was really a terrible experience. Please comment, like and subscribe to my channel if you like my story.